Alright,
Ready to continue?
part 2, boys, of
In
this
the
white
flayed
only
fields,
playthrough.
Saul is our
Let's get
focus.
into it. We last left off down here at Xandra's lab, and of course it starts with a bunch of dialogue, so let's skip that, shall we? This is much better. Less talky, more fighty. So we made it to Soul's production facility, and in typical Borderlands fashion, mobs everywhere. And from the looks of it, we are in need of some better gear. Luckily enough for me, somebody happened to drop us a little something here in the next room. A submachine gun with my favorite underbarrel, the zip rockets. Oh yeah, there we go. There's some damage. After almost dying from this dude exploding into a black hole, because you know, that's fun. I had opened a box on the wall earlier in the fight and it gave us a nice new assault rifle for us to try out. It doesn't seem too bad as we use it to clear up this next group of enemies. Conveniently, after we have killed everything in the area, Xandra shows
Easily,
her
thanks
ass
to
up.
you clearing the way.
Not like her help would have been nice or anything. I mean,
I'll need
I'm
a
only at
console
4
connected to their
HP
main
after all
network to
that.
access the data on Saul's
But
research.
I digress.
So, you're from off planet. What is it like out there? It's been a long time.
How do I say this? Corporations run everything. Everyone else gets squeezed for every cent they have. You either die in debt or die paying it off.
God, I just love elevators,
Not so
don't you?
different
Anyways, after some more mob killing, a new sniper rifle is acquired. And it's time for yet another boss fight. Cue the epic battle music and let's get into it. And with that, the bio bulkhead has been slain. On my way back to HQ, I decided to spend my specialization in skill points because I fear that there is a fight up ahead of me, and I need all the extra power I can get. We completely mow through all the enemies attacking Outbounders HQ, and then we head over and help up our pal Rush. Good as new. Xandra was too good to walk back with us like we had to, so we fixed her fast travel station for her. I then get recruited to manually board and destroy this airship. Easy peasy. The airship was kind enough, though, to actually give me a weapon that I'm going to try out of a red chest. Doesn't look too shabby.
We do.
Now a nice little
Lion.
cutscene plays for us.
Saul has to die, but I won't sacrifice anyone else under my command.
Somehow there were survivors from the airship that we just took down and crashed into the side of the mountain here, so another group of enemies to take down. Our weapons aren't getting too outscaled at the moment, but I believe this next part is going to change my mind about that. And after one long ass drive, I finally have made it to the entrance of Saul's Fortress with the group. The enemies during this escort were definitely getting harder. A majority of these enemies are 3 to 4 levels above mine. There were quite a few hiccups throughout this fight, and this badass right here does manage to take me down. Another one added to the death counter. I went straight back up there though to beat his ass. And I'm down again. And I thought I was done for, but there's this little guy who's been stuck into the truck apparently this whole time. He was my ticket to freedom. And it finally died, and now I can move on with my life. After picking myself up a nice little shield upgrade off the ground here, Rush attempts to sacrifice himself for the greater good.
Tell Conway I love him, okay? And that I'm sorry. Go and finish this. Just like I said, I've got you.
Rush!
Psych, he's got plot armor. Sandra saved him last second somehow. Finally made it inside the fortress. Killed off his entire army of men he had at my way. And after picking myself up a new assault rifle and a new shotgun, I spent whatever skill points I had available. And it was finally time to fight the big man himself, Idolator Saul.
The obligation of the weak is to nourish the strong. You will die, and I will return to the Timekeeper's side. May we rule forever.
And boom, just like that, Thor is no more. Gotta give him his well-deserved tea bag. The boss fight may be a little annoying, but I think it's pretty cool. He was also nice enough to give us a brand new Jacob shotgun we're going to use. And after running over here and picking this thing up, it's time to head back to base and have
Sandra,
another story mission under
Saul
our
is
belt.
dead.
The Outbounders was nice enough to host us a little fireworks show. Feels good to be appreciated for once.
Put it all together, and we're unstoppable. Whatever the Crimson Resistance needs from this point onward, the Outbounders stand it.
Boom, level up. I now have access to another row of skills, and I choose channeling right here, which is going to increase my action skill duration. On to the next quest, Wrath of the Ripper Queen. Other than this 3,000 something meter drive, there's honestly not too much to go on during this mission. I just placed a few of these explosives and petted a few bobbleheads. I did, however, find an upgrade to my stim. Extra healing will be nice. And the mission ends with us meeting a couple of familiar faces.
Ladies first.
It's always glorious time in a Borderlands game when you finally make it to Moxie's bar. And I definitely did not get distracted while starting this next mission.
Headphones and a dark room.
Anyways, we get to meet Zane's pet thresher, Sophia, and then we grab her disgusting looking chew toy. It's a good thing Sophia likes playing fetch though, because we're going to be using her to destroy these
Here you go,
catapults.
Sophie. Hell yeah. Catapults are history.
During all those encounters with the catapults, I was lucky enough to find a brand new assault rifle to use. After a bunch of more fighting to take back the city of Carcadia, we get to witness the saddest death in the entire game.
Toast.
We don't have much time to mourn though. We gotta meet Sophia's mom and Zane's ex-lover, Lavaine. After meeting the Queen of Cardadia herself, she gave us some guns they threw in the trash last week. Joke's on her, I need white weapons, and this is a direct upgrade to the assault rifle in my hand. And with that, another mission completed. This next mission though was a bitch. It's been the one that's taken me the longest to beat up until this point. And for anyone wanting that death counter to go up, well,
How can I help?
you got your wish. At first it started off pretty chill, you know, just doing household chores around the city. Then I was sent to 2 different bandit camps to acquire a password to get into this next place that I need to get into. And none of these guys are showing their levels, which means they're at least 5 levels above me. And my guns aren't really doing a lot to them. So another one to the death count. I decided to go back though because I thought maybe the first time was a fluke. It indeed was not. Third time's gotta be the charm, right? Wait, the person I gotta kill has what? Oh yeah, I'm not beating this as is. I decided to go see if the other camp they want me to infiltrate is just as hard as that one. And the Rippers here are just my level. That was easy enough. I will say, this game does have a weird inconsistency problem with difficulty levels. Since that was so easy and there's not really much else to do, I head back to the other camp. And I died again, man. Oh my god. I'm actually going to have to go out of my way to gear up. Real quick though, I discovered something funny during this mission. The enemies don't recognize you on this ramp, nor can they shoot you, nor can you shoot them. And it's just kind of like a free zone. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I thought it was funny. I decided to travel back over to Moxie's bar to check her vending machines, and there was a nearby electric safe. maybe I can find something useful there. Got myself a radiation and cryo SMG from this machine, a new shield from this one, and then another new SMG from this safe right here, with a little taser underbarrel. I think I'm ready to take on that camp now. I made my way back, and this time the badass I have to kill doesn't have regeneration, and as long as I kept playing cover like this, I was able to whittle him down. I can finally move on from here. Finally made it to the refinery I needed to be at. I go ahead and murk talking Lemmy real quick. Did myself a little walking. And of course, some killing. And now it's finally time for our next boss fight. Drill a hole. Now up until this point, I've been showing you guys the entirety of boss fights. But this time around, I don't think I'm going to. Mostly because it was just a long, tedious process of me running around this dome in a circle, slowly chipping away at him. Nothing too exciting, really. He did also add 2 more to the death counter, so that is fun. I will show you guys the end of this fight, however, and speed it up a little, just so you can get a relative idea of how long this took. Because I'm pretty sure I was at this fight for like over 30 minutes. As you can see, there was just a lot of running around in a circle. And with that, I can finally be done with this mission. Thank God. Next mission starts off with talking to Zane and Levain. And apparently we're going to be taking a trip to the moon. We drive over to Zane where he's working on some sort of boost contraption. The ramp is blocked by rocks, so the only logical way to get rid of them is to slam headfirst into him. The boost pads though don't have enough juice to bring us over the canyon, so we're going to go steal some power from some rippers. At this point in the story though, my guns are not seeming to do a lot. I'm mostly relying off my ability and these throwing knives to get through anything. But after all the areas cleaned out, they decide to whip out this big ass vehicle they had in the garage. It just so happens to hold the power core that we need. After a quick little button press and a key card from this gentleman, we are ready to shut that vehicle down.
Shut those vents and she'll overheat like a kettle left on the boil. Go pitch that special accelerator.
Trick shot. Anyway, grab the accelerator that we came for and back to Zane.
Yeah, follow the safety handbook for launching people over a giant abyss to the
Sphincter's gonna be tight as a whistle, but it should work.
Good work. Great.
You wanted precision? You should have been a vault accountant. Ready?
And such a cool jump gets ruined with such a crappy ending by them just forcing you off the vehicle.
Biscuit.
It's a weird decision to me.
I mean, of course it worked.
Bravo!
Before the next fight though, I stop at this local vending machine to try to get some sort of upgrade for us. I end up taking this flowered off assault rifle with a shotgun and the barrel. Can never go wrong with the flat off. I then go down immediately, trying out the new gun. During this next sequence, I get down, I get up, I level up, I try to get away from everything, and I get down in midair and fall into an endless abyss. Ripperoni. I ended up dying yet again, so it was time for a new plan. I ended up traveling back to go respec my character. I ended up going with the blue tree this time so I can maybe spawn some stuff in to help do more damage and tank some bullets, because I'd be dying very easily. We pretty much just take some skills to increase our gun damage, and I go with the augment wither, so when my specters shoot something, I can do more damage to them. maybe things will finally die. It seemed to help though. Going back, I got through this fight without dying. And it actually seems like things are dying in a reasonable amount of time. But it was kind of short-lived because the immediate next fight, when the big badass of the area came out, I immediately died again. And again. I just don't understand why these things have got to be such a high of a level. After respawning, I find an enhancement laying on the ground. Not using a Ripper gun at the moment, but since I don't have one yet, might as well grab it. I do kill him on the next try though, so at least he's out of the way. Then the next part I realized these enemies are my level, and not like 5+ levels above me anymore, so they just die super easily. Like I said, I don't understand the difficulties in the game, how it can go from super hard to super easy. We just easily cruise through all of that, and just like that, we're at the next boss fight.
Callus is dead. I killed her. But that was only the beginning. Now, it's your turn.
And even the final boss of the mission is 3 levels lower than the other boss I had just fought, where I cut it all out because it took too long. I'll leave this one in though, and this should be a good way to finish off part 2 of this series. Thank you for watching. And then it kills me after it's dead. Motherfucker.